Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Burritos. I love burritos. They're inexpensive, easy to make, are very versatile, but most of all, they're delicious. But sometimes people don't have the time or want to make them at home, and they head out to a local Mexican sit-down restaurant, a fast food Mexican restaurant, or simply head down the frozen food aisle at their local grocery store for frozen burritos, like El Monterey's extra large bean and cheese, and red hot beef and bean burritos, which I found for $1 each during my last visit to my own personal adult playground, the Dollar Tree. The extra large El Monterey burritos have actually been requested by a lot of you, the people, for me to try so you don't have to. So let's try El Monterey's extra large bean and cheese burrito first, which weighs in at only 10 ounces. To me, a 10-ounce burrito doesn't really equate to an extra large burrito, not even really a large burrito. But for $1, who cares, as long as it tastes good, right? El Monterey says you can't beat a classic. Your family will love the authentic flavors of El Monterey's extra large bean and cheese burrito. You'll love that your hearty dinner will be hot and ready on the table in a matter of minutes. Wrapped in an oven-baked flour tortilla, this oversized packaged frozen burrito features hearty beans, authentic Mexican spices, and melted cheeses. Stock up on these crowd pleasers today. America's #1 frozen burrito. Oversized, extra large flavor. There's quite a few ingredients in here for such a simple product. And when the very first ingredient is water, you know you're getting a very high quality product. Per burrito, there's 560 calories, 15 grams of total fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 720 milligrams of sodium, 86 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 19 grams of protein. You can heat these up in the oven while they're still frozen or thawed, or in the microwave if you're in a hurry, which is how I'm going to heat them up and how most people will probably heat them up. It says to open one end of the wrapper to vent. Then, microwave on high for 1.5 minutes if thawed, or 3 minutes if frozen. Mine is frozen, so into the microwave for 3 minutes it goes. After 3 minutes, our El Monterey extra large bean and cheese burrito is ready. I expected it to have a nice aroma, but there really wasn't any smell at all. So let's get it out of the wrapper and give it a try. Everything held intact with no blowouts, but it looked pretty flat, like it didn't have a lot of filling in it. The plasticine was at the knife shop for a much needed honing, so I used a random, less superior metal knife to cut the burrito in half. There you can see the filling, which is refried beans, which will be enjoyed now, and again later when they perform a musical fruit concert. I took a bite, and although it wasn't that bad at all, there wasn't really a lot of flavor at all. And not a whole lot of bean filling. But there was a whole lot of tortilla, much more tortilla than filling. So let's open up the other half and take a look inside. As you can see, as I unrolled the tortilla, it's double wrapped with very little filling. I scooped it up, and there was literally about a tablespoon of beans. And I didn't notice or taste any cheese. But they could have been mixed in and not visible, but like I said, I couldn't really taste it. Next, I tried the El Monterey Spicy Red Hot extra large burrito, and again, it's only 10 ounces, which isn't really extra large in my opinion. Looking for a zesty and filling meal? Look no further than El Monterey's extra large Spicy Red Hot burrito. Loaded with authentic and bold flavors, these jumbo packaged frozen burritos include spicy red hot beef, flavorful beans, authentic Mexican spices, and an oven-baked flour tortilla. Dinner will be ready in minutes, just heat and serve. Again, America's #1 frozen burrito, oversized extra large flavor. This burrito has the same basic ingredients, but with beef and more spices, and of course, whenever there's meat and processed foods, there's gotta be the wonderful TVP. But again, the first ingredient is water. For the whole burrito, there's 720 calories, 34 grams of total fat, 12 grams of saturated fat, 1 gram of trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 740 milligrams of sodium, 81 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 22 grams of protein. The heating instructions are exactly the same, and again, I'm using the microwave. Open one end of the wrapper, and into the microwave it goes for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, our extra spicy beef and bean burrito is done, and this one actually has a good aroma, but it does smell spicy. Unlike the bean burrito, which held together nicely with no blowouts, this one had a major blowout. Kind of looks a little bit like a baby's diaper. So let's get it unwrapped and see if it's any better than the bean and cheese burrito. So again, I cut it in half with a less superior metal knife. Then I opted for the end with no blowouts to avoid a big mess. And this one actually looks pretty good. When I took my first bite, any effort to avoid a mess went right out the window. I mean, this burrito literally blew out in my hand, and it looked like my fingers ripped through a wad of toilet paper while performing an important task. And it had me thinking, this is probably going to happen again the following morning. This burrito did have some decent flavor, and I didn't even notice the spongy texture of the TVP. So I would say this is a good item to use the TVP in while avoiding the spongy texture. But I definitely wouldn't say this is spicy red hot. Maybe a medium spicy at best. And that's coming from someone who can't do real spicy food. So let's open up the other half and see what the filling situation is on this side. This tortilla was very soggy, and at first it looked like there was a lot more filling in this one than the bean burrito. But after scooping up the filling again, there was very little. Maybe a tablespoon at most. But it did have a decent flavor, and the texture of the filling wasn't bad. So here's my thoughts on the El Monterey extra large bean and cheese burrito that cost $1. There was way too much tortilla and not enough filling. The filling was bland, but there really wasn't anything wrong with it. The El Monterey extra large spicy red hot beef and bean burrito, that also cost $1, was just slightly better flavor-wise, but definitely wasn't hot at all, and again, it had very little filling, too much tortilla, and was very messy. Maybe if you add some extra cheese and salsa to these, they may be a little bit better, but still not very exciting, filling, or a bargain. I would much prefer my longtime favorite frozen burritos since high school, patio burritos, which are 38 cents for a 5-ounce burrito, and they are much better. Which is why I'm giving the El Monterey extra large bean and cheese burrito a 3 out of 10, and the spicy beef and bean burrito a 4 out of 10. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.